Cheers, everybody. Let's talk a little bit about Colorado Buffalo football a little bit. I haven't talked about them. Coach Prime, just kind of the landscape of the Pac-12, all that stuff, and just kind of my thoughts of what could happen, what's going to happen, who knows what's going to happen. So shout out to Coach Prime, though. You know, speedy recovery to him. I think he just had another surgery to help his blood clots in his left leg. He's had surgery on that left leg, and he lost a few toes before previously, and he's having some complications. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully he gets well. And I believe he just got out of surgery, so recently it looked like everything went pretty good. So hopefully, you know, he has a good healing process, and can't wait to see him for this upcoming season. So hopefully he can heal up and be out there to, be on the sidelines and really do what he's been trying to do, is pump up this Colorado Buffalo, football squad. So I want to see how that's gonna, obviously happen, what's gonna happen in this season. So other than that, there hasn't been too much. I mean, obviously the summer program and everything has been on the trail. They've been, picking a few players here off the portal. But primarily, I think they have their squad, and I think we know what's going to happen. I think, who's going to play and who's going to start, things like that. My thoughts are, how are they going to look? Are they going to be competitive in a Pac-12? I think they'll definitely be competitive. I don't think they're going to be the juggernaut that everybody's anticipating within a 1-year turnaround. I think it's going to be a couple years. As I mentioned in previous videos, it's going to take them a little bit of time. You're not going to expect, instant Pac-12 championship, instantly. However, you never know. You just never know. That's why you play the game. However, in my eyes, I just think it's going to take some time, especially because they're going to have to rebuild the offensive line, defensive line, and make sure they get the right people that fits their scheme. And that usually takes about a year or two. At least I believe in my eyes on that. So, but this is the thing. Is Colorado still going to be in the Pac-12? Because you got to think of it this way. So after this year, you no longer have USC, you no longer have UCLA. Pac-12 doesn't carry the same weight without those two squads. Those two squads are very big. UCLA and USC carry a lot of prestige, a lot of power in regards to the college, program. Whether it's football, basketball, it doesn't even matter. Just in college scheme itself. So them going to the Big Ten completely changes the Pac-12 in my eyes. My thoughts are, the Colorado football program, especially, I think they're up and coming. I think having Coach Prime there, they're going to look for greener pastures, I guess you can say. And they're not going to just stick around and just watch the Pac-12 break down. Is it going to break down? Well, this is the thing. I don't think they're as strong previously with USC and UCLA. So now losing your two strongest teams and schools in your conference, that doesn't bode well for the Pac-12. I have a feeling there's many talks going behind the scenes that we probably don't know as just general public or fans. But remember, Colorado used to be part of the Big 12. Now the Big 12 picked up 4 new teams. Can you see the Big 12 expanding again? I certainly can. I certainly can see Colorado possibly rejoining the Big 12. Will it happen? I don't know. Could it happen? Why could it not? I mean, I didn't think USC, UCLA, I had no idea they were going to join the Big Ten, and look what happened. So, in their best interest, I would definitely contemplate that if I was, the president of the University of Colorado, the athletic director. I mean, that's something you're going to have to really contemplate, because where's the Pac-12 going to be after USC, after UCLA moves? I mean, you're going to be down to a bunch of West Coast teams that in reality nobody watches. And when I say that, I'm talking about the whole landscape of the Midwest and the East Coast. East Coast doesn't watch any Pac-12 games because they're asleep. Midwest barely watches the Pac-12 team because they're asleep during the day most of the time. And that's just because of the time difference. And then also just the viability of being on television. Now, you got to keep in mind, the Big Ten, they have that deal with ESPN. They have all those deals with the Big Ten network. Big 12, by picking up those 14, SMU and all those guys, it definitely helped them, I think, to be somewhat competitive. Obviously, them losing Texas, Oklahoma hurts. However, they still have a viable, ability to grow by picking, 4 additional teams. And then I think if they pick up Colorado, I think that would be a good sweet spot for Colorado. They've been part of the Big Eight back in the day. If you young kids don't know, there was a thing called the Big Eight before the Big 12. So the Big Eight, they were part of it. And, I remember those games. I remember those games where it used to be some big games when Nebraska used to play Colorado or Oklahoma used to play Colorado. There were big games back then. There were really exciting games in the back, the Big Eight and the Big 12. So I can definitely see that happening. Will it happen? I think it could happen sooner than later. I don't think Colorado, especially, this is the thing, especially if Colorado does really well this year. Imagine if they do really well this year, UCLA, USC leaves. They're kind of left holding the torch of the conference. They could stay if they really wanted to. But man, when the money is calling, the Big 12 shows some money, or even a different conference, starts flinging that money, Colorado is definitely going to be interested. So I can see that happening. Pac-12, they're going to have to figure something out. If they don't expand or grab teams to grow it, I can see the Pac-12 breaking up, guys. So I don't want to see it happen, but I can see it happening. So I think this is I guess you could say, the slowly beginning of the super conferences, guys. I really believe that. I believe it's going to come down to 4 or 5 conferences. Pac-12 was considered one of them until UCLA and USC decided to bolt, next year here. So it's going to be interesting. But like I said, I do believe that could happen. And it wouldn't surprise me if Colorado come 2025, 2026, or 2024, announcing that they're leaving for the Big 12. So just a heads up, everybody, keep an eye on this. I think it's going to be definitely a lot of talks in the coming months, coming years, because I do believe there's going to be some more changes happening. I do believe there's going to be more expansions of the super conferences from all the big conferences. Big 10, I don't think they're done. SEC, I don't think they're done expanding. And, the ASC, and I know Big 12 just expanded, but I think they're going to look to at least try to be ahead of the game instead of trying to trail. So there you guys go. Other than that, man, you guys like this shit, subscribe.